We had met several times, and I think we always...
3 times exactly.
Really?
Yeah, there was 3 times that we had met, exactly 3 times.
I felt like we had met, but more than that.
No, it's 3 times, exactly.
Really?
I remember every single time.
Well, we already knew we could be buds.
Yeah, we got on.
Well, I was really excited to get the chance to do a female role that had a really funny voice, and I thought all the female roles in the movie, well, all the roles in general, but especially the females had really great comedic voices.
I felt like all the male roles in the film had great comedic voices, and I was really attracted to that. The first thing that attracted me to this film was the original title of the film was called Buddies. And when I saw that title on a piece of paper, I was like, I have to read this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm going to get into, but I just have to check this out. And then as I started to read the script, the material sold itself completely. And Natalie was already attached to the movie, and the opportunity to work with this one was very exciting.
I think Ivan Reitman's original idea, who's the director, was an update on When Harry Met Sally. The premise is friends who decide to be sex friends and whether their friendship can, live through that.
For guys, just from like a complete male perspective, looking at this movie, the idea of having like a hot friend who's a girl that decides to set up this relationship, in some ways for guys is like, yeah, you want that to happen, and so watching that play out, this version of that is I think really, really fun.
The rules of no strings dating are sort of everything that a relationship is. So you have the sex, but you don't have breakfast or fighting or jealousy.
Holding hands.
Or snuggling or
nicknames.
No balloons.
No balloons.
No flowers.
No flowers. No dinners, dates. No sleepovers. It's cut and dry. It's clean. Simple.
Well, Ivan's a legend. I mean, he made so many of my favorite comedies, and I think everyone's favorite comedies with Ghostbusters and Twins, and I mean, so many classic movies. I think it was really exciting for all of us to get to work with him and get to see how he works up close.
Yeah, and I think the coolest thing, when we met with Ivan before we started shooting, he really approached this movie, I think, in a different way than he ever has before. And what's brilliant is when he did this film, and like his choice to even do this film was really in a way to just completely reinvent his like style, his shape, and yet still bring the great comedic sensibility that he's brought and the great sort of technical filmmaking skills he's brought. And I think when people see the movie, they're really gonna see that. Beyond the fact that they were sex scenes, they were funny scenes too, right? So they were meant to be funny and have a comedic injection. So I think the challenge in it is, like, because sex is really funny sometimes, like having that kind of like fun sense of humor like built into sexual situations. I think that was probably the biggest challenge, because as anybody, you're a little bit worried about your body and you're like conscious and stuff like that. But and then trying to be comedic and have comedic fun while you're doing it, you have to let yourself forget about the fact that you're naked, because you're supposed to be comfortable with the person that you're naked with.
It's fun to watch because even every little side story also has a lot of humor and personality.
Kevin Kline plays my father in the movie, and he's an actor. Which watching an actor play an actor was maybe one of the funniest things that I got to do, because he brings such specificity to what it is that he's doing, and watching him pick up the details of who his character is was just too much fun to watch.
You see both the female and the male attitudes towards sex and friendship, and how hard it is to be intimate in a time when we're like communicating completely through texts or tweets or you know, not to insult your business.
You've just minimized my entire existence. I think the great thing about No Strings Attached is that when you watch it, it has a really balanced male and female perspective. And we've all seen, you know, these like male-driven, male lead movies that are a little bit raunchy, that are like these rated R comedies. But to have a comedy that has a rated R comedy that has a real access point for women, I think is really exciting, an exciting proposition, and a movie that people haven't seen before, because I don't think anybody's ever really geared a movie in this way, where both men and women can go and laugh, but it's also honest about both sides, like all the way honest, and I think that's what makes it fun.